in a small cluttered laboratory tucked away in the heart of a bustling city. Dr. Reynolds, a brilliant but frustrated scientist, toiled tirelessly day and night. He had dedicated his life to a task: harnessing clean, renewable energy. Reynolds' journey began as a young child when he watched his hometown suffer from the devastating effects of pollution. Determined to make a difference, he pursued a degree in environmental science and ultimately earned his PhD in chemistry. For years, Reynolds' research had been met with skepticism and ridicule from his peers. His lab was filled with countless failed experiments, and his funding was dwindling. The weight of his ambition felt heavier with each passing day, but he refused to give up. One rainy evening, as the city's neon lights reflected off the slick streets, Dr. Reynolds stood in his dimly lit lab, staring at a whiteboard filled with equations and diagrams. He had reached a point where he could see no way forward. Doubt gnawed at his like a persistent shadow. Outside his lab, the city carried on, oblivious to her struggle. People rushed by, consumed by their own lives. It was as if the world had forgotten the importance of his work. In a moment of frustration, Dr. Reynolds slumped into a chair, burying his face in her hands. He couldn't let go of his dream, yet it seemed farther away than ever. The late night hours blurred together as he wrestled with his thoughts. One evening, as Dr. Reynolds was scavenging for spare parts in a dusty storage room, he stumbled upon an old notebook. It belonged to her late father, a brilliant engineer who had instilled in his a love for innovation. The notebook was filled with sketches, notes, and anecdotes from his father's own journey of discovery. Intrigued, he began to flip through the pages, reading about his breakthroughs and failures, his unwavering determination, and his unshakable belief in the power of innovation to change the world. One particular entry caught her eye, an idea for a new energy storage system that his father had never had the chance to develop. With newfound hope, Dr. Reynolds decided to resurrect his father's idea and incorporate it into his own work. He worked tirelessly, fueled by a renewed sense of purpose. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, he built a prototype that combined his father's concept with his own innovations. The breakthrough came on a clear summer morning. Dr. Reynolds stood in his lab, surrounded by the hum of machinery, and watched in awe as her invention generated clean, sustainable energy. It was a moment of pure elation, a culmination of years of dedication, and the realization of his father's unfulfilled dream. The news of Reynolds' innovation quickly spread, and he was invited to present his findings at a prestigious international conference. There, he captured the attention of world leaders, environmentalists, and investors eager to support his groundbreaking work. With the necessary funding and resources at his disposal, Reynolds' invention was scaled up, and pilot projects were launched in cities grappling with pollution problems. The results were nothing short of astonishing: cleaner air, reduced greenhouse gas emissions, and a new source of sustainable energy. As Reynolds stood on a stage, accepting awards and accolades, he knew that his relentless pursuit of a solution had paid off. He had not only achieved his lifelong dream but had also made the world a better place for future generations.